Elon has been Elon Musk. We have a lot of great friends and a lot of great people. Laura, how are you? You look so beautiful, as always. That's a woman with courage. You don't want to be lured. If you're lured, you're in deep trouble. That's the end of your career, in a sense. Thanks, Laura.
Billionaires are having walking into Mar-a-Lago.
While most people were busy celebrating Christmas, a fight broke out between political investigator Laura Loomer and Elon Musk. And this fight, which began with a conversation about H-1B visas, ended up consuming social media and resulted in Musk calling for an all-out war against anyone who doesn't agree with his stance. And while the legacy media will tell you this is the start of a mega civil war, let me tell you what really happened behind the scenes and why this debate can very well decide the future of the Republican Party. Now, it all began when Donald Trump announced his pick for the senior policy advisor for artificial intelligence at the White House.
Donald Trump has picked Indian-American entrepreneur and venture capitalist author Sriram Krishnan as senior White House policy advisor on artificial intelligence.
Only a day after this announcement, Laura Loomer made a post on her X account, which has 1.4 million followers. In the post, she mentioned this tweet from the newly appointed senior AI advisor. In the tweet, Sriram says, "Anything to remove country caps for green cards, unlock skilled immigration would be huge." Now, Laura didn't hesitate to share just how she felt about this appointment. In a rather long tweet, she said, "Deeply disturbing to see the appointment of Sriram Krishnan as Senior Policy Advisor for AI at the Office of Science and Technology Policy. It's alarming to see the number of career leftists who are now being appointed to serve in Trump's admin when they share views that are in direct opposition to Trump's America First agenda. How will we control immigration in our country and promote America First innovation when Trump appointed this guy who wants to remove all restrictions on green card caps in the United States so that foreign students, which makes up 78% of the employees in Silicon Valley, can come to the US and take jobs that should be given to American STEM students? This is very troubling. Mind you, none of the tech executives who are meeting with Trump and getting appointed in his cabinet supported him in 2020 or during the 2024 primary. I feel like many of them are trying to get into Trump's admin to enrich themselves and get contracts at DOD. This is not America First policy. As you can see, she is not happy to see all these tech bros in Donald Trump's inner circle. Now, of course, she didn't just stop with this tweet. She began posting some very derogatory stuff about Sriram that I certainly can't show here on YouTube. However, things got really out of hand when she posted FCC records of someone named Sriram Krishnan, which showed that the person had donated to Kamala's presidential campaign. Unfortunately for her, ex-community notes were quick to point out that this was a different Sriram and she was just wrong about him. And to make matters worse, she also ended up sharing the person's address with her millions of followers, which is against the community guidelines. As a result, she received a 12-hour ban on X. She was forced to remove that FCC post, and as you can see from this screenshot, some of the features of her account were also limited. Now, Laura took it as a sign of hostility from Elon Musk himself, and she immediately started writing against Doge. When someone pointed out how wild her tweets were, Musk responded with, "Loomer is trolling for attention. Ignore." This only added fuel to the fire, and conversation shifted to the H-1B visa. And I'm sure you know that the H-1B visa is a non-immigrant visa that allows U.S. companies to hire foreign workers in specialty occupations. These occupations typically require a bachelor's degree or higher in a specific field such as technology, engineering, finance, healthcare, or mathematics. The visa is commonly used by tech companies to bring in skilled workers, especially for roles such as software engineers, data analysts, or other technical positions. Now, this visa has always been controversial, and in the past, Donald Trump has been trying to remove it.
Well, first of all, I think, and I know the H-1B very well, and it's something that I frankly use, and I shouldn't be allowed to use. We shouldn't have it. Very, very bad for workers. And second of all, I think it's very important to say
Well, I'm a businessman, and I have to do what I have to do, and it's sitting there waiting for you, but it's very bad. It's very bad for business in terms of, it's very bad for our workers, and it's unfair for our workers, and we should end it.
However, in a tweet, Elon tried to explain why we need it. Maybe this is a helpful clarification. I am referring to bringing in via legal immigration the top 0.1% of engineering talent as being essential for America to keep winning. This is like bringing in the Jokic's or Wembys of the world to help your whole team, which is mostly Americans, win the NBA. Thinking of America as a pro sports team that has been winning for a long time and wants to keep winning is the right mental construct. Laura, however, was quick to show that Elon was bringing this supposed 0.1% talent with an H-1B visa and paying them entry-level wages. In a tweet, she gave a list of many Tesla employees who came here with H-1B visas. She also wrote, "Hey, Elon Musk, so you're telling me that $70,000 per year jobs are 0.1% talent?" She then went on Steve Bannon's War Room podcast and raised some very serious concerns about Elon's role in the upcoming Trump administration.
Leftist billionaires and privileged executives in Silicon Valley deciding that after censoring and silencing President Trump and the MAGA base for the last 8 or 9 years, they want to have a seat at the table. And why do they want a seat at the table? Because they want to skirt accountability in the incoming Trump administration after doing everything in their power to stop President Trump from getting elected. And they also want to influence our immigration policy. And so I've been calling this out from the get-go, been very critical of the big tech executives walking into Mar-a-Lago like they're trying to buy influence with their $1 million checks.
Now, as more and more people started attacking the H-1B visa, Elon finally brought down the hammer and made it clear he won't be bullied into changing his opinion on the matter. In a tweet, he wrote, "The reason I'm in America, along with so many critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, and hundreds of other companies that made America strong is because of H-1B. Take a big step back and yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend." As you can see, his language was pretty strong, and some people think he might have been drunk when he made that tweet. I kind of agree with this theory because when people pointed out how the visa was being used to bring in line cooks and janitors, Musk responded by saying, "No question that the H-1B system needs to be overhauled." Now, I truly think this feud between Laura Loomer's followers and Elon Musk would have gone on forever if Donald Trump hadn't put an end to it. And he did it by siding with Elon Musk on this issue. In an interview with the New York Post, Donald Trump said, "I've always liked the visas. I have always been in favor of the visas. That's why we have them. I have many H-1B visas on my properties. I've been a believer in H-1B. I've used it many times. It's a great program." These remarks immediately diffused the situation, and even though she didn't apologize for her remarks about Elon Musk, Laura Loomer did issue an apology on X for doxing someone in her now deleted post. Now, some people might think Mr. Trump made these remarks to protect his Silicon Valley friends and betrayed his most loyal voters. However, Donald Trump has been saying for months he plans to give green cards to talented graduates because we need them in our workforce.
But what I want to do and what I will do is you graduate from a college, I think you should get automatically as part of your diploma a green card to be able to stay in this country.
To me, it looks like Mr. President Trump has had a change of heart about legalized and necessary immigration, and he now understands why we need to bring as many smart people as we can into this country. And you certainly have the right to hate Elon Musk for any of his business practices, but you cannot say he didn't gamble everything when he decided to stand behind Trump.
I think this is going to be the most transformative presidency, perhaps since the founding of the country. And President Trump is picking the cabinet to do it. You can see the choices are people who are actually going to make change. It's not going to be business as usual. We're going to shake things up. It's going to be a revolution. And we're headed towards, I think, a fantastic future. I'm super excited. I look forward to experiencing that with everyone. Thank you.
Laura, when the campaign had no money, the outside groups ran the ground game. You know this. You were there. He wrote a $250 million check starting in, every month starting in July. we would not have had the ground game victory we had, the 50-some+ million people that showed up on mass mobilization, if Elon didn't write that check.
His stance against liberal policies is now starting to reach other countries. Some of you might know that he's been endorsing the right-wing AfD party in Germany's elections, and this is what the sitting German president had to say about his influence.
Einflussnahme von außen ist eine Gefahr für die Demokratie. Sei sie verdeckt, wie kürzlich offenbar bei den Wahlen in Rumänien, oder offen und unverhohlen, wie es derzeit besonders intensiv auf der Plattform X betrieben wird. Ich wende mich entschieden gegen alle äußeren Einflussversuche. Die Wahlentscheidung treffen allein die wahlberechtigten Bürgerinnen und Bürger in Deutschland.
And to his credit, he has also been pretty vocal about the need to bring more talented people into this country.
We want to actually, we need to have things be what they should, which is that legal immigration of honest, hardworking, talented people is quick and easy, and coming into the country illegally is hard. That's how it should be.
So I don't think you can say he just changed his views overnight. But we also can't just ignore all those Americans who think that people like Elon Musk are only trying to protect their profit margins by keeping the H-1B program alive.
Liberals told MAGA people about this already, but I guess we'll tell it again in light of this civil war between the diehard MAGA and the tech bro billionaires. We told you that when Elon Musk took over Twitter, most of the Twitter employees left. Not only did they have massive stock compensation, but most of them disagreed with the vision that Elon had for the platform. But there were ones that remained. That skeleton crew that remained were the H-1B visa holders, because they cannot quit, or else they get deported. Them's the rules. They are what kept Twitter alive, what kept the platform functional. Elon Musk would never support strict immigration enforcement because of personal incentive like this. We told you this, but you guys can't synthesize information. So when it comes to the point that Laura Loomer, Matt Gaetz are demonetized and their blue check marks removed out of spite by Elon Musk, I don't take any pleasure in it. Because what I see is that in your pseudo-class struggle anti-elite fervor, you've already lost. Most of the next cabinet are going to be billionaires.
What do you think about Donald Trump and Elon Musk's stance on H-1B visas? Do you think they are taking the Republican Party in a better direction, or do you think it's just a bad decision from the party leadership? Feel free to share your thoughts with everyone in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.